Hey everybody, this is your Right Geek, honorary man king and leader of the Awkward Cough Squad, here with another video. Today I am going to be talking about Iron Man 170. I'm going to be continuing on with this storyline that I've done in several of my other Iron Man videos for the past several times. So last we left off, we had Rhodey putting on the Iron Man armor because Tony is no longer able to fulfill that role. And Rhodey thinks to himself, as soon as I lock this helmet in place, I'll be Iron Man. Then what? I've watched Tony Stark use the suit a million times, but I have no idea how it works. And that's one of the key things that's very interesting about this issue is Rhodey has taken on this mantle, but it's not something that he takes to right away. He actually struggles to understand how the armor works, which I think it's very critical from a storytelling perspective that you have this protagonist actually deal with that difficulty as he's trying to get through this fight that occurs in the book. Too often, I think a lot of the modern characters in comics, things just come much too easily to them. You know, it's one punch and done, or they just have a very easy time defeating the villain. But in this case, the central thing that drives the story is the fact that while Rhodey has to fight this magma villain from the last issue, he's also having to learn the armor at the same time. So that makes the several page fight here very interesting because it's not something that he can easily adapt to. So we have this several page fight here where he is trying to protect Stark Industries from magma, and meanwhile Tony Stark wakes up, realizes that something is going on. He realizes that somebody is out there in the armor who is not him. And he says, huh, what's that? Imposter wearing my armor? Fighting magma? Gotta stop him. Got both of them. Get into a suit of old armor and stop him. But the problem is, because he's so plastered right now, he is unable to actually open the case where the armor is in. And he basically freaks out. He basically freaks out because he no longer has control of the situation. He can no longer get to his armor because of how, non-compos mentis he is right now. And that's actually very devastating for him to not have that control. So that's interesting too. You see him here. He's watching this going on, and is unable to stop it. Is unable to do anything about it. And the art's a little awkward, but still, without armor, I don't have a chance. Without armor, I'm dead. But he can't get to the armor. So we have that little kind of side drama going on, while Rhodey is meanwhile trying to handle this magma guy, and then Obadiah Stane intervenes because he wants to own Stark Industries, so he doesn't want Stark Industries to be destroyed by magma, so he basically intervenes and helps Rhodey out a little bit. Yeah, he sends a rocket that defeats magma. Meanwhile, magma goes inside and finds poor Tony here, armorless, in his underwear, unable to defend himself. So Rhodey has to go in and protect him. And meanwhile, Tony is still trying to get to his armor, but the armor just falls on top of him because, again, he's just unable to actually fulfill that role. And they are able, finally, to defeat Magma. And we have here, at the end, Rhodey comes by and sees Tony getting dressed, kind of cleaned up. And he's like, "Hey, you're looking pretty good, boss. Shower, shave, quart of orange juice, quart of coffee, and I feel almost human again." And then Rhodey's like, "Oh, well, let me give you your armor." And he's like, "No, you hold on to it for a while." And then Rhodey's like, "But you're Iron Man." And Tony says, "Anybody who wears the armor is Iron Man. Look, Rhodey, I'm tired of being a hero. I want to relax and have some fun." And Rhodey's like, "Somehow I don't like the sound of that." So Rhodey argues with him, "What are you doing? Why are you going out for cocktails? That's the last thing you need." But Tony's not in a position to listen to him. Tony leaves, and then Rhodey throws down his helmet in frustration. But he decides at the end, okay, I can't keep him from destroying himself, but maybe I can keep others from destroying everything he's built. Which is, that's very emotionally resonant. We have, basically, this is Tony's best friend realizing that Tony is completely gone, but, I'm his friend, so I'm going to do everything I can to protect his legacy. There's real emotion in here. There's real drama. And again, you have the fact that Rhodey has to spend this entire issue learning the armor at the same time that he's fighting this villain. And once again, as I said before, that makes the fight interesting. It's not interesting when a hero can defeat a villain right away. It is far more interesting when there is struggle and reverses and times where the hero maybe looks like he's going to lose for a second before he finally prevails. And really, the only reason that Rhodey manages to get through this fight in the first place is because Stain intervened. It might not have worked out if it weren't for Stain. So that, once again, that makes it interesting. Rhodey is not adapting to this hero role right away. He has to struggle. He has to learn. That makes him an interesting character. Characters that struggle and learn and don't always succeed are the characters that are interesting. So that is my discussion of Iron Man 170, another good issue from the early 80s. I just want to remind you all that I still have this website, the Right Geeks Daily Tony, where I am posting digital captures of different panels that I enjoy from some of the early Iron Man issues right now. Though every once in a while I interrupt myself and put something that's later. But overall, I'm focusing mainly on the early sort of Tales of Suspense run from the 60s. And so that's rightgeekdailytony.blogspot.com. Do check that out. Also, if you like, check out my writing blog. This is where I'm going to be posting all of my fan fiction and some of my original Flash fiction as well. This is the Right Geek, THEWRITE, geek.blogspot.com. Please visit me there as well. I'd love to have you. I'd love to hear your comments and discussions. And thank you for listening to this video, and I will speak to you again on Thursday.